Edmund found solace in these ideas. All his sorrows, all his sufferings, with their train of gloomy specters, fled from his cell when the angel of death seemed to enter. Dante reviewed his past life with composure, and looking forward with terror to his future existence, chose the middle line that seemed to afford him refuge. "Sometimes," said he, "in my voyages when I was a man and commanded other men, I have seen the heavens overcast, and the sea rage and foam, and the storm rise, and, like a monstrous bird, beating the two horizons with its wings. Then I felt that my vessel was a vain refuge, that trembled and shook before the tempest. Soon the fury of the waves and the sight of the sharp rocks announced the approach of death, and death then terrified me, and I used all my skill and intelligence as a man and a sailor to struggle against the wrath of God. But I did so because I was happy, because I had not courted death, because to be cast upon a bed of rocks and seaweed seemed terrible, because I was unwilling that I, a creature made for the service of God, should serve for food to the gulls and the ravens. But now it is different. I have lost all that bound me to life. Death smiles and invites me to repose. I die after my own manner. I die exhausted and broken-spirited. As I fall asleep when I have paced 3,000 times around my cell, that is 30,000 steps, or about 10 leagues. No sooner had this idea taken possession of him than he became more composed, arranged his couch in the best of his willpower, ate a little and slept less, and found existence almost supportable, because he felt that he could throw it off at pleasure, like a worn-out garment. Two methods of self-destruction were at his disposal. He could hang himself with his handkerchief to the window bars, or refuse food and die of starvation. But the first was repugnant to him. Dante had always entertained the greatest horrors of pirates, who are hung up to the yardarm. He would not die by what seemed an infamous death. He resolved to adopt the second, and began that day to carry out his resolve.
Oh, okay, folks. Okay, I've just got my face in my hands as I'm rubbing
The despair out of this. He's resolved in his decision. He's gonna starve himself. Okay, listen, we're gonna get through this. This story is a catharsis for us. We are able to experience these things safely. We are able to process our own anxieties in the world through fiction. Look at any horror film. You know, I think it's a little too broadly stated, but the general idea behind the enjoyment of horror films or roller coasters is having a safe space to bring out anxieties and fears and confront them without actual threat to life. That's what we're doing here. Okay, just a little bit different. It's got a little different twang on it, but we're experiencing this now, so that we can experience the roller coaster ride and come out the other side safe. I don't even want to speculate on how committed to his resolve, which is redundant, I realize to say, how much his resolve will carry him through with his plan. I'm put in mind of a very difficult film to watch for a multitude of reasons. It has to deal with Irish politics, imprisonment, emotional upheaval, starvation. It's this film called Hunger by Steve McQueen, and in it, Michael Fassbender also, through a political act, starves himself. Kind of, Gandhi style. But, obviously not at all, because those are very different things, but starving yourself for political activism. And Michael Fassbender lost so much weight. I mean, it's hard to watch him in that film. I'm hoping, my God, I'm hoping that we just don't watch Dante wither away here. We have so much book left to go. It has to bounce back, folks. It has to. We just don't know how, right? I mean, right? Dante is our main character. Dumas isn't going to pull a Hitchcock on us and kill Dante halfway through in one of the most tragic and depressing ways possible. There's got to be a transformation and a rise from the ashes here. So let's just hold on to that hope. Dante might not have hope, but we as readers can have hope for him. This is our Tinkerbell moment, right? Start clapping, everyone. Let's bring Dante back to life. And with it, bring back the upward trajectory of this book. Jesus. Okay. Where do I pivot from here? Do I keep this short? No, I think I want to. I think I want to bring us up tone wise so that you aren't getting depressed listening to it for this long chapter. I don't want to lose your attention. Are there any details in here that I want to comment upon? The scariness of pirates. You know, we don't see that in movies very often. They're always those kind of cartoony pirates. Like pirates are kind of like a little gaudy to begin with, so it's hard to kind of take them seriously. But when's the last time we saw like scary ass pirates depicted on screen? I think there's probably opportunity there, Hollywood, if you're listening. But anyway, he's talking about not wanting to hang himself because of the scariness of what he's seen out on the seas, and doesn't want to also be food for birds, which, you know, there are alternate views on that these days. Give yourself back to the world that fed you. I'm not an expert to talk about that. Let's not talk about that. Why are we talking about that? Listen, here's an idea. What if I went and bought that 23-volume set of Dumas novels from the used bookstore? It was still there when I went the other day. In my brain, in my stupid compulsive brain that I talked about earlier this chapter, there's a race of like 6 other people that want those Dumas novels, and we're all biding our time and waiting to see, are they going to lower the price? Am I going to get there before the other ones do? Is this worth my time and money and attention? I'm willing to bet there aren't 6 other people in my town all like, oh, I gotta get on those Dumas novels. But maybe there are, and that's why I should go do it. I don't know. I'm silly. I'm exercising my own compulsions and neuroses here on the air for you. It is something that goes through my brain multiple times a day, and this is one of them. I'm just now giving verbal voice to it outside of the voice that goes on in my head. Oh my God, why am I wasting your time? I was just trying to bring us up before we ended today's episode. I hope I did that a little bit as we continue in this dreary chapter of the Count of Monte Cristo. Chapter 15. Wait, here's an idea. The chapter is called number 27 and number 34. I guess we're going to, and we met the Mad Abbé in the last chapter. At some point, we're going to have to pivot, right? Let's go to see number 27. I want to know what's going on over there. Please give me a little reprieve from Dante's despair. Maybe we'll get that tomorrow as we continue. Until then, I will see you here. Okay, goodbye. The Countdown of Monte Cristo is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. This show is produced, edited, and hosted by Landon Solano. The original text of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. Theme song by Magic Solo. If you want to support the show and others like it, visit patreon.com/gruntworkpod. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.